Alrighty, today we're looking at how I made my M1 Garand. We're going to go into just how I made the parts, what went into it, and all of that jazz. Alrighty, step one, we're going to be looking at how I made this part, so how I curve the barrel. We're going to be using this. I got this as a Christmas present. So what you're going to do is you can find the grain of it, and you can see this one's going this way. So you want to use this, and you could just curl it like this, but I don't find that works very well. So what I like to do is I like to take this and I like to score it. So there you go, now you have like this. Now, I scored this one too much, but the general idea is that you score it, and then it makes it a lot easier to fold into a circle. Now, this looks bad now, it's just because I overdid it. I'm not used to this, like I said, Christmas gift. So yeah, that's how you did that part. Now looking at these little clips, how I got these are, you know those rings, they're in pigs' noses? I got a box of those at an auction, so that's where these came from. And then just a lot of hot glue for these parts. Ow! Alright, now looking at these parts, I used just some random pieces of plastic, wood, etc., etc. And then you obviously can't see it inside of here, but inside this part, there's a stick to keep this part from sagging. And then there's also sticks in this part, as you can see with this, going through here to keep this from sagging. And then inside of here, if you listen, you can hear it shake a little bit. I added some rocks to give it some weight, because I've noticed this with a couple of my projects. If your project feels heavier, it just feels nicer. It's kind of hard to explain, but that's how it works. And then so if you notice that one of the parts I'm proudest about at least this, gibberish, is this wood grain that I got. So I found a video online on how to do this, and I'll link it in the comments or somewhere like that. So what you do is you take a coat of spray paint, like a lighter spray paint, and then you take a dark wood varnish and you just put it over it, and you let it dry. And that's how I got this. And then for this metal color, I painted it black and then did over it with a light silver color that I have. And so that's how I basically got all of this. And then just a lot of touch-ups. This is another random piece of plastic I found. This, yep, just all of this. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about this, and I'd love to see if anyone else wants to ask any more questions about it. I don't know what else I can talk about it, but it's a pretty good project, and I have more on the way. Sorry this took so long. Motivation. One final thing before we go, I'd like to thank these commenters for commenting about this and just taking interest in my projects. Thank you. To address Mr. Cheetah Official, it took me about 3 weeks just because of how much schoolwork I had at the time as well. And it was decently hard to make. It was probably my hardest project, but even so, I don't think it was that hard. I think if you are determined, it's not that hard to make. And if you want to get into it, I would recommend it, and I'd love to see some of your projects.